What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Ready Player One, a science fiction novel by Ernest Cline. Guys, I'm a bit speechless at the moment because this is one of the best books that I've ever had the pleasure of reading, easily the newest member of my top 5. Everything from the characters to the environment to the premise, it's all top tier. And what makes it even more impressive is that this was Ernest Cline's first novel. Where was I the last 9 years since this was released? Now, this is a rare situation where I actually saw the movie a few years ago before I even knew it was a book in the first place, but I didn't really remember much about the movie so that it would contaminate my view on the book. I do plan on rewatching the movie soon and making a video comparing the book versus the movie, so keep an eye out for that too. Our main protagonist, Wade Watts, is living in the year 2045, where much of the world has been ravaged by overpopulation, climate change, and world hunger. The world's population now occupies most of its time inside of the Oasis, which is a virtual reality video game that allows them to escape the real world and take on different personas vastly different than how they actually are in real life. You can be a wizard, you could be a vampire, pretty much anything that you can think of. They interact with friends, they go on missions, they do side quests, and they even do the bulk of their school education online. After all, it is easier just to log into the game and meet in one spot rather than have to spend money in the real world and travel there in person. The creator of the Oasis, James Halliday, has just passed away, and upon his death, he releases a message to the world. Discover the hidden Easter egg or secret within my game using the clues that I've left behind, and you'll inherit my entire fortune and ownership of the Oasis. This sparks a massive worldwide hunt for his egg as his fortune is worth $240 billion. Wade Watts is a very poor high school student who lives in the Stacks, which is a trailer park with trailers stacked up vertically on top of each other. Since there's not enough room for all the other trailers to spread out horizontally anymore, they begin stacking trailers up vertically to accommodate more space. As you can imagine, winning this fortune is really appealing to Wade, not necessarily for selfishness, but because he genuinely wants to do good with that money and help the people around him that are starving and can't afford a lot of things. And he also wants to keep ownership of the Oasis and all of that money away from IOI, which is a company that wants to make the game all about profit and ads and putting sales in the game rather than the free platform that it currently is and that can be enjoyed by everybody. It is sunny out today. As a gamer, I was completely captivated by this premise. Wade is always using video game terms, language, talking about weapons, power-ups, shields, magic. It's really wonderful to be thrust into a world like that. This book is also heavily filled with 1980s references. Everything from the books to the movies, the music, the literature that was found during that time period. And the reason being is that James Halliday loved that decade, so he uses all of these forms of media to hide his Easter egg clues that the others, Gunthers as they're called, can search for. It really made me nostalgic for a time period that I never lived in. The pacing of the book was superb. Never a slow or dull moment, and is quite literally the definition of a page turner. I devoured this book with a speed that I haven't come across lately. Wade is somebody who accepts people for who they are and falls in love with their mind rather than their physical appearance. All of these characters that he befriends in the Oasis and falls in love with, he knows that they most likely don't look like that in real life, but that doesn't bother him. The only thing that felt unrealistic to me was the amount of times that Wade has gone through these references that Halliday is making. So, for example, Halliday might leave behind a clue in one of his favorite movies, and Wade would say, "Oh, I can recite that movie line by line. I've seen the movie 48 times." And then Halliday might reference another movie. "Oh yeah, I've seen that one 36 times, and I've read his autobiography 13 times, and I've played that favorite video game of his, beaten it 200 times." But there's so many clues and so much media that Halliday is putting these clues in all of his favorite things that it just doesn't seem like there's enough time for someone to be able to watch one movie 48 times and recite it line by line. And, because how many movies are made during the 80s? How many games are made during the 80s? And it's just, I don't know how you can have that much media and memorize it all in order for it to be useful. Now, of course, that is nitpicking because I don't have a problem that the entire book is literally set inside of a virtual reality game. Even if you don't like science fiction, I promise you that there is something for everybody to love in this book. Please do yourself a favor and go pick this one up ASAP. And good news is that Ready Player 2 is coming out soon, so I can't wait to get my hands on that one, and I'll be doing a review on that book as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next book review video. See you later. Is there like a star in this room? Look how bright this is. Jeez. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to film a video. You go ahead and do your thing.